All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving my thoughts on Andrew Lincoln's next major role after The Walking Dead. Alright guys, I'll put the link in the description as per usual so you can check out the article for yourself. This one we got from metro.co.uk. So Andrew Lincoln cast in his first film following The Walking Dead, this time with no zombies. Okay, so we'll read through and kind of get an idea of what his first major role is going to be after The Walking Dead here. Of course, The Walking Dead movies are still kind of, in production, or they're still, they're still developing those. We know they're at least doing one. I think they said they were doing a trilogy. They were going to do 3. How many years will it take them to do that? We don't know. When will we see the final movie end? We don't know. Are they even going to do 3 full movies? At this day and age, I honestly can't even say that I even believe when I hear that stuff anymore until we see like trailers and production stuff, because with the Walking Dead comic book series having said that it was going to do 300 issues and it didn't even make it to the 200th issue, anything Robert Kirkman is associated with or involved with, I kind of am I'm not sure, I don't know if we should say for sure that they're going to do a full trilogy of movies, but at least we're going to get at least one movie, and they've said trilogy, so let's hope that that we can take them at their word and that they're actually going to do what they say they're going to do. So, because like I just said, that's not always the case. So he's got another role here, and this is what it's going to be. I'm really saddened to kind of read this through. I mean, I'm happy for him personally. I think we have to be happy for him that he's, he's starting to move away from The Walking Dead. He's got the movies he's going to be doing, but he's starting to take on other roles, and he's starting to do other stuff with his career. And, we have to be happy with him because, he did so much for us in The Walking Dead over the decade. From when they started promoting it, basically a year before the series started, and him being involved, and then right on through each season. I mean, he was a huge lead in the series, obviously as Rick, but also we got to hear in interviews that it wasn't just simply him showing up and doing his lines and doing his job as Rick and his part. But he was really a leader as far as The Walking Dead went, as far as the team went, and helping others, do what they're doing, doing their parts and everything, and just really being so heavily involved in the developmental process of The Walking Dead television series that we can't just say it was as simple as, well, he was just he was just an actor in the show. No, it's not that simple. He was, and still is, and in the future too, is a huge part of the Walking Dead television series and movies and the Walking Dead license as a whole. When we think of Rick, I used to think when the series first started, when I thought of Rick, I thought of a comic book Rick. It took a few years, but eventually it got to the point where when I started thinking about Rick, I started thinking about the TV series version rather than the comics. Like he kind of, the way that kind of things went with that, it just, you connected with the character so much in the TV series that, he epitomized, he became kind of the way you would think of Rick, at least for me anyway, with the way things went. So the new movie, the first film, is going to be called Penguin Bloom. Okay, and it's based on a book, and he's going to be starring in it alongside Naomi Watts, which is interesting because she is going to be in the prequel, I believe, for Game of Thrones. So that's kind of cool that he's going to actually be in a movie where you have someone who's actually from kind of that HBO Game of Thrones universe coming up in the prequel series with kind of Rick. And so that's kind of cool. So we'll be seeing a lot of her in the Game of Thrones prequel when that one airs, supposedly next year, but we'll see when they actually get it done and when it's actually going to air. So here's what it says, man. Andrew Lincoln has his eyes on starring in Penguin Bloom. It says, Andrew Lincoln broke fans' hearts when he left The Walking Dead, but now he's back for a movie. But there's no Rick Grimes in sight. Well, let's say here, let's add to this that they've done the teaser for the movie. So we know that the movie is going to get done, at least one Walking Dead movie, and also that it's going to be in theaters. Universal is going to be involved, so that's going to be cool to see that. So Rick Grimes is not dead. He is in sight. We do know that that's going to happen. Whether or not this movie releases before that movie, the Walking Dead movie, I guess we'll have to see which one ends up getting finished first and which one he's filming first. So Andrew will star alongside Naomi Watts in the cinematic adaptation of the book Penguin Bloom, written by Bradley Trevor Greive and photographer Cameron Bloom. The story follows how a mother, Sam Bloom, who I believe would be Naomi Watts, I think, is left paralyzed after a near-fatal accident. In the story, the family also nurse an injured magpie, nicknamed Penguin, as they come to terms with the accident, healing the bird back to health. Andrew will play her husband, Cameron Bloom. Okay, production is set to begin in Sydney in August 2019, with the film directed by Gwendolyn Ivan and to be written by Sean Grant and Harry Cripps. The producers said of the casting, "We're thrilled to have the supremely talented Andrew Lincoln on board to bring the Bloom story to audiences around the world." Will be the first feature film for Andrew following his run on the AMC Zombie Apocalypse, The Walking Dead as survivalist Rick. The Brit also starred in the iconic Christmas film Love Actually alongside Keira Knightley and, well, you know, where yada yada, where he stole our hearts, right? So, man, though for fans of the thriller Survival, hope is not lost, as the 45-year-old is set to reprise his role in the upcoming films as teased in San Diego's Comic-Con. So, based on what we're seeing here, it sounds like maybe this movie will get done first before the Walking Dead movie. I'm not sure. I guess that's what it sounds like. Fans have since noticed the helicopter appearing numerous times in the show and spin-off show Fear the Walking Dead. The decision to leave the show was made by himself as he left to spend more time with his family. And then speaking of departure, Scott M. Gipple, the chief content officer for The Walking Dead, said, "Rick Grimes is an amazing character and Andy has done an amazing performance." So there were story ideas brewing that, as the years went on, seemed very compatible with continuing to tell the Rick story in another format that would allow him time with his family. So it would allow him to not be locked into 16 episodes or however many he's in, 12 or 10 or whatever, out of the 16 every year, having to be there all the time, year after year after year. So, yeah. So, Penguin Bloom. There's the Penguin act help. You know, I mean, it's like, okay, we got to be happy for him because he's going off. He's going to do other stuff that he wants to do. The truth of the matter, I think, is after you do something for 10 years, you know, especially something that's as intensive as The Walking Dead, where you have to go to another continent, you have to stay there for however many weeks it takes to film, whether it's 16, one episode a week, or 20 or 30 or whatever, however long it takes them to do. I don't even know. Trailers, productions, San Diego Comic-Con, all this different stuff. So that's basically what it comes down to. So that's what it is. Eventually people, they want to do other things. They want to try other projects. They want to have other stuff. You know, in some cases, you know, they're going to get paid pretty good, right? You'll get to go to Sydney for filming or Australia or wherever it is there to do it, and it's going to be obviously a way different type of, you know, genre than The Walking Dead. You know, I have seen Love Actually. I did watch just because he was in it. I watched it, and obviously that's another totally different genre as well. It's just going to be so weird seeing him in different stuff after seeing him in The Walking Dead for so long, to see him in a movie like this where you've got like a penguin and like nursing a penguin. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's what it is. What can you do? Like I said, we got to be happy for him. He's doing what he wants to do, and you know, hopefully he'll come back for at least a couple movies, and hopefully 3. Fingers crossed. And who knows? Maybe eventually one day we could see him back in The Walking Dead. But he did say that, you know, categorically he'll never return to the TV series. So it's what it is. We can all keep our fingers crossed and hope that one day maybe he'd do a cameo in one episode or something, even if it's as like a ghost or you know, hallucination, or I don't know, something that could be really cool. Because John Bernthal, you know, has come back a few times there to do those types of scenes. So maybe we could see something like that, or maybe we could see some of the cast of The Walking Dead cross into the movies, like possibly Michonne, and then see them kind of continue their story there. So it saddens me. It is what it is, but we got to be happy for him that he's doing what he wants to do with his career, and that's a good thing. And we got to appreciate all the work that he did do as Rick in the Walking Dead television series. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think. Are you interested in seeing this movie just because he's in it? I am, but, you know, it's not my type of genre. It's not my cup of tea, so to speak, to say it in kind of a UK way. So I'm just going to be like watching, expecting a zombie to just burst in the window any moment. After him. Zombies eat penguins? I don't know. I guess zombies would go for it. Just watching this movie like, where are the zombies? Okay, I understand it's penguin. Where's the zombies? Oh, there's no zombies. What? There's no zombies? But he's in it. There's got to be zombies in it. That's it for this video, guys. We'll see you again soon for another. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.